Hey guys, I'm Christy. Welcome to another lyric and poem where I share really great song lyrics and poems with you every week. I apologize if it's a little bit noisy today. I've got my heater going. It was hail snowing in Sacramento on Monday and it's still pretty chilly for me at least, so we're trying to warm up the house. So we're in the middle of our Lenten series and today's poem is called Accused. I wrote this a little while back and when I found it again, looking through all of my work to find some good Lenten reflections, this struck me. It called out to me and I was attempting to figure out why. You know, I kind of pray, I try to, if I'm looking through work that I've written previously, I especially ask God to, okay, what am I supposed to show? What am I supposed to be doing with this? And as I reflected on it more, I thought about Christ's life and how many miracles he performed throughout his life, even knowing what was ahead, right? We have the benefit of not knowing how our lives are going to end or how a particular project might end, that we can continue to try and be hopeful, and Christ knew. He knew how we would respond immediately and crucify him, and he knew throughout time that, and you could say it wouldn't work. It worked. We are saved, but that we would reject him and stumble and fall and sin despite his many miracles, despite his show of love for us, that we would somehow turn our backs. And yet he continued. And as we look into our own lives during Lent, we give up things, right? That's our common practice, that we give up something in order to become closer to God, to be more Christ-like. We try to deny ourselves so that we remember Christ and draw closer to him. But in that call to be Christ-like, I can't help but think too that we are called to perform miracles, just as he did. And that's a big order. That's a tall order, to perform a miracle. I think many of us would struggle with that idea and how to do it. I can't even do magic tricks very well, let alone real life miracles. So this is what I've written for us today. I'll go ahead and jump into it now. On this day, like any other, where people come and go, I've witnessed things one after the other, miracles from above, gifts to all below. Some of these things that I have seen you may not believe. One man saw for the first time. Health was restored to the dying. Life given new, hope for what is true, and a child was able to eat. All these things, and there were many more, are amazing and wondrous deeds. But these things do happen every day when people plant God's seeds. The sun rose anew and a person showed kindness. That man saw love for the first time. A priest heard confession, friends forgave one another. That soul that was decaying is now alive in Christ. An employer took a chance and decided to trust that person can afford a place to sleep. A stranger gave money to a poor woman. That baby had nothing to eat. It's the little things that mean so much when we remember what God said. You gave me no shelter, you gave me no food. Of this we ought not be accused. So don't forget the difference of the little miracles you help create. Give of yourself, give all your love, the gifts you were given, the gifts from above. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Go create some miracles. I do believe that we can do that. Maybe we're not going to literally, in a physical sense, make a blind man see by spitting in his eyes, but I do think that so many people pray for things, and it is a miracle when those prayers are answered. It is a miracle when someone who is alone and on the brink, feeling like they have nothing and they're ready to give up. It's a miracle when someone talks to them, gives them their ear, that moment. When someone who is poor and has a beautiful voice is discovered, and thousands of people, millions of people donate money, and now that person's got a job and a place to live. That's a miracle. We see these things every day. Stuff like this happens on big scales, on small scales. we can be a part of that, and that's exciting. So look in yourself this Lent. Look at what's holding you back. What's stopping you from sharing those gifts, from being that miracle? Don't be afraid of it. God is calling each of us to do wonderful, wonderful things. Different things, but wonderful things. Think about that. And I'll see you next week.